Welcome back. With just 2 days to go for, in fact, just days to go for the Congress presidential elections, the High Command has steered what clearly is a desert storm in the state of Rajasthan. After around 76 MLAs submitted their resignation to the Assembly Speaker in support of Ashok Gehlot over the possible appointment of Sachin Pilot as the Chief Minister of the state, CNN News 18 has now accessed details of the Observer's report. Sources say no action has been recommended against Ashok Gehlot, while action has been initiated against prominent leaders in the Chief Minister's camp who skipped the legislature party meeting called by the Central Observers and held parallel meetings. Show-cause notices have been sent to 3 MLAs. However, sources say the top leadership in the Congress is not keen on Gehlot's contention. He should not file his nomination anymore, is what the view is for the upcoming polls, and alternatives are being looked at. Some names doing the rounds are Digvijay Singh, Shashi Tharoor, Mukul Wasnik, Mallikarjun Kharge and Mr. Shinde, Sushil Kumar Shinde. But has the turmoil in the Rajasthan indicated the persistent leadership crisis in the party? Beyond the Congress presidential elections, Rajasthan is a poll-bound state and the party is fighting for revival ahead of the 2024 general elections. Has this crisis shown that the Gandhis are not in control of their party?
From falling out of favour to possibly being in with a chance, the jury's still out on Ashok Gehlot's fate in the upcoming Congress presidential elections. His refusal to give up the post of Rajasthan Chief Minister to arch-rival Sachin Pilot triggered a rebellion in the party's Rajasthan unit.
100% वही था, षड्यंत्र था टोटल, और उस षड्यंत्र में जनरल सेक्रेटरी इंचार्ज शामिल थे.
Despite a majority of MLAs in the Gehlot camp refusing to meet central observers and holding a parallel meeting, the party is only taking disciplinary action against a few of them, and Gehlot is getting a clean chit. Gehlot himself spoke to Sonia Gandhi and conveyed that he meant no disrespect towards the top leadership.
Only with the High Command they have to take it. सब ठीक हो जाएगा, सब ठीक हो जाएगा, चिंता करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं.
Sachin Pilot, whose supporters are outnumbered by Gehlot's, reached Delhi this evening and dodged questions from the media. The divide in Rajasthan comes at a time when Rahul Gandhi is leading Congress's Bharat Jodo Yatra, walking 3,570 kilometers from Kanyakumari to Kashmir.
खुद कांग्रेस पार्टी अपनी ही चतुराई के चक्रव्यूह में बुरी तरह से फंस गई, जो कि खुद अपने पार्टी और अपने परिवार को नहीं संभाल पा रहे हैं. वो देश मांग रहे हैं कि हमें देश जो है वो हमारे हवाले कर दो.
This is hardly the first time that Gehlot has flexed his political clout. So was it a wise decision to begin with to ask him to leave his chair and become party president? Did the Gandhis miscalculate his clout?
And did the Gandhis get the chronology wrong in pushing Ashok Gehlot out of Rajasthan and elevating it? Did he actually see the reason behind that entire game plan of him being made the next Congress president? Joining me now, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, Radhika Ramaseshan, columnist. We also have Rashid Kidwai, author and senior journalist. Rashid, what is the status now? Who is the next Congress president and who will be the Rajasthan chief minister?
I think, Marya, you have said a lot of things and your report is quite comprehensive. Here we are seeing, vintage Sonia. I mean, a lot of crises and things when things look very bleak. Now she has stooped and to conquer, in a sense that to overcome that kind of rebellion, the way she kind of, within 6 months after Sharad Pawar's rebellion, in Maharashtra, Congress shared powers with the NCP, newly formed NCP. She had alliance with DMK in the context of Jain Commission report, which was linked to Rajiv Gandhi assassination, etc. So she is very pragmatic, and here, it was very obvious it was Mr. Ashok Gehlot who had a kind of, rebelled, because all those things that were said at Shanti Dhariwal's house could have been said at the CLP meeting also. There was nothing to stop MLAs from saying that they don't want pilot or they want Mr. Ashok Gehlot's continuation. Yet it didn't happen. A gross act of indiscipline. Yet Mr.
Rashid, I'm just trying to understand why should in senior leadership or the Gandhis decide who will be the next chief minister of Rajasthan if it's Mr. Gehlot who has an iron grip over his party. And in 2020, if anything, he sent that message that he can keep his party together. I'm going to take that question to you, Radhika. Radhika, what appears clearly now is, we may say whatever, but Mr. Ashok Gehlot has sent a message that he believes in authority as well, that he would not just be a rubber stamp chief, party president if that ever happens. Now it looks like that it's hardly unlikely, clearly unlikely. But then why should his authority be challenged?
Exactly. When you do not have power in the center and you're not likely to get it in the foreseeable future, at least it doesn't seem like you are entirely dependent on your state leaders, and you should learn to respect your state leaders, to be beholden to them for little things. After all, where did the Congress hold its last conclave? It held the conclave in Udaipur because there is a government in Rajasthan. It can range from things like hosting conclaves to, fundraising, which is very important for the Congress, the lifeblood of any party. So I just don't understand what kind of death wish possessed the central leadership, that they had tried to sort of fiddle around with somebody like Ashok Gehlot and got this brilliant idea to move him to the center as the Congress president, which I think is an unenviable job at the moment. And your report said that the central observers have recommended disciplinary action against three of them. I assume they're all three Gehlot loyalists.
That's right.
You cannot separate Gehlot from those
loyalists.
1992 who met at Mr. Dhariwal's house, and of which I think 70 odd MLAs have even submitted their resignations to the speaker. So Gehlot has taken the pitch this far, and I do not see him backpedaling just to please the high command.
Yes, and Radhika, I'm going to ask that question to you also again in just a bit. Then why did the Gandhis make that promise to Sachin Pilot? They knew very well what Ashok Gehlot was, a magician who has complete control over Rajasthan Congress. But before that, Sanju Verma, after the Punjab fiasco, the developments in Rajasthan indicate many ills in the Congress, particularly at hierarchical and functional levels. You may just say that you are watching on the sidelines, it's an internal matter of the Congress party, but the smile on your face says it all, Sanju.
Marya, I think both Radhika and Rashid Kidwai, normally I think we are always on the opposite sides of the fence, but I agree on some issues with them. Radhika made a very interesting point that funding, let's be very clear, let's be practical. Funding is a very important dynamic in the overall equation of any political party, and the fact that, their Chintan Shivir was held in Udaipur in Rajasthan says a lot about Rajasthan being an important state for the Gandhis. But, Rashid Kidwai spoke about your report being comprehensive. I agree there with him, but he spoke about, Sonia Gandhi being pragmatic. I beg to disagree there. When you know that there is a Bharat Jodo Yatra which is on, and by the Congress's own admission, forget what BJP has to say, by the Congress's own admission, the Bharat Jodo Yatra is a roaring success. Now, if one were to believe what the Congress and its acolytes are saying, then what was the need to have in the middle of a Bharat Jodo Yatra this entire Rajasthan, imbroglio? Couldn't this have waited for another day, or couldn't the Congress president's elections be postponed after the yatra was, done away with, so that you don't handle too many, things at a given point in time? Okay. Now you've opened battle lines on various counts. I will just end by saying one thing, that today Congress is in power in only 2 states on a standalone basis on its own merit, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh.
Yes.
And after Punjab, I feel this is Punjab 2.0, a redux of Punjab 2.0. The only thing we need to see is who is going to be the Channi of Rajasthan, because the Channi of Punjab could not deliver the goods for the Congress. And I think the Congress is suffering from a Stockholm syndrome. I say Stockholm syndrome because why would you want to, as Radhika said, alienate your regional satrap like Ashok Gehlot, who apparently is the only one today who can win you a couple of MLAs, a couple of seats.
And someone, Rashid, point very well taken there, because someone who is also acceptable to your cadres. The choice of Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot as the 88th president of AICC was made with this agenda as well, that he was acceptable and he was someone who could call up a Mamata Banerjee or a Sharad Pawar because he has that kind of acceptability and also because of his age. But it was also done with another reason, because they wanted to keep their word. The Gandhis wanted to keep their promise that was made to Sachin Pilot. The question is, why was that promise made? Was that promise made wrongly? They should not have promised something like that to Sachin Pilot, knowing fully well that what Ashok Gehlot is capable of doing, that he could even split his own party. And it is clearly a disaster in waiting before an election which is going to take place in 14 months.
Yeah. Marya, we must understand the very elementary thing in politics. It is, you see, a leader is a creation of a political party, not the other way around. So Mr. Gehlot, maybe he's very, powerful or whatever. He owes a lot to the Congress party from his beginning career in 1971 till date. So to say that, he has control over purses and resources and etc. and all is a bit exaggerated, because it's all, after all, the Congress party in Rajasthan has won on hand symbol.
Rashid, the fact is also that last time around, Sachin Pilot played a crucial role. He had packed up his bags and moved to Rajasthan, tried to build his party on the ground. Then at that time, the High Command wanted to have some kind of balance between him and Mr. Ashok Gehlot. Then they made a promise. Now they are creating this chaos. Then who is responsible for this chaos, if not the Gandhis?
Yeah. So rebellion is also part and parcel of our political system. Everyone has a right to learn and live many ways. So this is exactly what had happened here. We are giving a lot of allowance to Mr. Gehlot and his innocence. His innocence in the sense that when he was made he was projected as Congress president, future Congress president. It was very obvious, as Marya, you have yourself said, that the settlement on Rajasthan was on the cards. See, he could have said no. As you're showing this picture of Kamal Nath, he has gone on record to say that he was offered and he said no to the office of Congress president. So Mr. Gehlot has been clever by half, as they say it in Hindi. Many Congress people are requiring that word today. He's a kaiya kind of person. And this is something that doesn't work. He can chalk his political career outside the Congress, which is welcome to do so.
What is apparent now is that even as the Gandhis lose complete control over the Congress party, Radhika, what is becoming here is that the challenge is completely coming from within. The Gandhi trio in Sonia, Rahul and Priyanka, yes, they may be having a great family bond, but the larger question is, what are they doing to the Congress party? Here is Rahul Gandhi on a yatra in a state which is not going to polls anytime soon. Here is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, who has made a promise to Sachin Pilot, and she can't really keep, because she understands fully well that as far as Mr. Gehlot is concerned, he is also a necessary evil in the state of Rajasthan. Then what exactly is happening? And then Mrs. Gandhi is looking for the next Congress president.
Yeah, exactly. Marya, I think they lost the opportunity in 2018 when they won the election. And, Sachin was also being given credit. After all, he was the PCC president and he grounded himself in Jaipur, worked hard and so on, So they should have effected the leadership change then itself. I think they lost the opportunity. And then later, they kind of tried to make up with Sachin and, promised, if at all it is true, promised to make him the chief minister at a later date. It is not easy. I agree with Rashid that the party makes the leader and it's not the other way around. But leaders don't understand that once they are in a position of strength. I mean, they think they are the be-all and end-all of the party. And Gehlot demonstrated his strength on Sunday at the legislature party meeting. He carried a majority of the MLAs, and I mean, many of them are on record to say that we are blind supporters of Gehlot.
That's right.
So it's they're not talking about being blind supporters of the Gandhis. They're talking about Gehlot. So therefore, they're relating to a state leader. And the Gandhis should have factored this in.
They should have factored that in. I have just 20 seconds for you, Sanju Verma.
To offer Ashok Gehlot the president's post. And
Maria
is right. Like Kamal Nath, I mean, Gehlot could have plainly refused, but I think there are two different personalities. And Gehlot tends to be a little, tends to hedge around a little. I mean, that's the sense that one gets, through all the interactions one has had with him.
Yes,
he's
okay.
not very straight.
Go ahead, Sanju, 20 seconds.
He's not a straight
person. Marya, I just want to say one thing, that, the Congress has lost the ability to keep its flock together and to always, pin the blame on BJP and put BJP in the dockyard is not happening anymore. Anybody with an iota of common sense and basic knowledge of Indian politics knows, be it Uttarakhand, where we had Trivendra Singh Rawat, then Tirath Singh Rawat, then Pushkar Singh Dhami, but there was no rebellion. When Biplab Dev was replaced in Tripura by Manik Saha, there was no rebellion. When Vijay Rupani was replaced by Bhupendra Bhai Patel, there was no rebellion. So there is a manner to do things. The top leadership should inspire a tad bit of fear, but more of inspirational confidence that yes, we will be able to deliver the goods. Gandhis don't win elections for the Congress anymore. So why should people believe in the Gandhis?
Fine. Sanju Verma, Radhika Ramaseshan and Rashid Kidwai, thank you so much for joining us. We are slipping into a short break. Up next, the anti-hijab protests which are escalating in Iran and has now sparked global outrage. Stay tuned. We'll get